What's up, guys? Back again with another UFC video here. So this is going to be on the UFC 202 card, DIAZ vs McGregor 2. Should be a really good card. But let's go ahead and get started, guys. I'm going to go ahead and be giving you guys my predictions slash picks and some fight analysis on the fights. And I'm going to go ahead and start with the Fight Pass prelims here, or Fight Pass early prelims, whatever you guys want to call them. So, first fight of the night, we got Alberto Uda versus Marvin Vettori. Vettori's making his UFC debut, while Uda just fought not too long ago. Now let's go ahead and get started with Uda first. And sorry guys for making this video, kind of late. Too busy with work nowadays. But I'm going to go ahead and, of course, try to make all these videos for you guys before Saturday. Or have them all released by Saturday at least. So here we go. Here's Uda. Summary is multi and jiu-jitsu. 32 years old, 6'3", 185 pounds, 77-inch reach. Now I'm hearing this fight's gonna be at 170 pounds. It doesn't say that here, so, and I could be wrong about that. But anyways, he is coming off a loss to Jake Collier. And look at this fight was in May, but like I remember, talking about this fight not even that long ago. That's how, that's how fast time passes by. Oops, just clicked on this page. Anyways, so he fought against Jake Collier in his UFC debut. He lost by second round knockout, as you guys can see right there. He landed some significant strikes, had a takedown. But this guy gassed in the second round, or even late in that first round. He gassed. His cardio wasn't too good, but he was coming in short notice. Now he's had a training camp, so he shouldn't have that as much of a problem with the gassing now. Let's see what else we got here. World champion in multi, 4 first-round finishes, has some wins over some UFC vets. Obviously, this guy has a jiu-jitsu game also, BJJ black belt, but he lost to Collier. Let's go ahead and go up over here to Marvin's page. Marvin Vettori. Summary is a complete fighter, 10-2 record, 22 years old. This guy is, look at that, 10 years younger than Uda. 6 foot, 6 feet tall, 185 pounds, 74-inch reach. So he's making his UFC debut. What he thinks about Uda. Opponent has a very scrappy way to fight. He can be dangerous in some areas of the fight, but I feel my technique is much better than his. Also, this guy right here is training out of King's MMA now, and obviously, if you guys already know, that's over there at Cardero's camp. Really good gym, good for multi-striking. A lot of good fighters train over there. Obviously, Fabricio Verdum and Dos Anjos, former champions, and some also other, some other good fighters over there. This guy actually has more of a jiu-jitsu game though, and BJJ he's ranked as a brown belt, and let's see, 5-5 winning streak, submitted UFC veteran Igor Araujo in less than 2 minutes, 2 wins by knockout, 7 by submission, 2 guillotine, toe hold, triangle, and 3 rear naked choke, 9 first round finishers. So this guy's a finisher, and he finishes early. So guys, let's go ahead and talk about the fight. So obviously Uda, this guy's known for his multi and his clinch. In the Collier fight, this guy just like ran straight at Collier and really initiated the clinch right away. Just try to get the clinch, the multi plum, land those knees, hurt Collier early, shattered his nose or broke his nose, whatever. He landed some really good knees. This guy starts out fast and he starts out hard, has really good knees. So his clinch is obviously really good, and that's his go-to weapon, and that seems like that's how he wins his fights. His boxing is very poor, shitty boxing, has no hands. He's all about the clinch and the knees and the elbows. I mean the knees, yeah, knees and the elbows. So pretty much he's all about the clinch. Obviously he has a jiu-jitsu game, but did not see much in that fight against Collier. Now we go to Marvin Vettori here. Like I said, this guy has mostly a jiu-jitsu based style. I mean, look at all submission wins he has. He takes people down, he beats them up, gets a submission. But, shown in his last fight against Igor, he landed a flying knee you know, he rocked Igor, and then right away he worked for a guillotine choke. So this guy, you know, once he has you hurt, he's going for that submission. And yeah, this guy's a finisher. Once he hurts you, this guy jumps on you. Like I said, this guy's a first round, you know, he has tons of first round finishes. You know, he's an early finisher, wants that finish. And, you know, I wasn't too impressed with Uda. Obviously, I picked against him in my last fight. And, yeah, I'm going to have to go ahead and pick against him again, guys. I just think this guy's just not, you know, not at the same level here. I mean, Vettori here, he's making his UFC debut. And, you know, I haven't seen, you know, a lot from him. But from what I've seen of Uda, I'm just not impressed with him. Vettori here seems like the better prospect, the better fighter. He's more complete. You know, look at that. This guy's... You know, he's an athlete, looks explosive, his striking doesn't look too bad, good wrestling, good jiu-jitsu game. So overall, I think Vettori here should be the better athlete, the better fighter, and more complete. So, you know, Vettori has lots of finishes here, so I'm going to go ahead and lean to say Vettori here gets a second round submission win, guys. Could be maybe even a third round. You know, Uda's gas tank, you know, is a lot better. But, you know, I just think Vettori is going to somehow get a submission here. Maybe take Uda down and work some sort of submission. Or maybe just hurt him on the feet and then, you know, it goes to the ground and then he finishes him on the ground. So, yeah, guys, I'm going to go ahead and lean with Vettori here. So I'm taking Vettori to win by a second round submission. That's going to be my pick, guys. And also, like I said, I think this fight's going to be, I guess, at 185. But I don't know. I was seeing somewhere that, you know, it could be 170 pounds. Anyways, still got Vettori winning and second round submission. Moving on here, Covington against Max Griffin. So we got a good wrestler here against, you know, a striker. Grappler versus striker matchup, or striker versus grappler matchup, pretty much. As you guys already know, Covington's all about that wrestling. Just wants to take you down, beat you up. You know, that's just what he does. Take you down, beat you up. Wrestling and cardio. 28 years old, 5'11", 72-inch reach. Yeah. Sorry, guys, kind of tired. Anyways, his last win was against Jonathan Manure, who I remember I picked actually to win that fight. He was my underdog pick. Yeah, I think I really picked a lot of underdogs in that card. Yeah. Anyways, Jonathan Manure here is very similar to Max Griffin, I think. Jonathan was known for his striking and, you know, having good power. Let's go ahead and just open up his page real quick. He's also long, you know, long for the division, striking, cardio, composure, 75-inch reach. And yeah, I thought he maybe could have won the fight there, but just got taken down a lot of times. And he ended up losing in the third round. So we look at Max Griffin here. Unorthodox striker and a finisher, 30 years old, 5'11", 76-inch reach. This guy's mostly a striker, 2-fight winning streak. Last win was against David Mitchell, knocked him out. 5 first-round finishes, 4 wins in less than a minute, 6 wins by knockout, 2 by submission. Let's see, ranks and titles. Doesn't give me too much info there. Black belt and Mara Noble's fighting system. IKF recognized first degree kickboxing black belt and Bok Fu. So pretty much this guy's a striker, has a lot of power in his hands. From what I see, you know, he's just a kind of like an explosive striker. Now his ground game, I do not know too much about his ground game here, but I just want to go ahead and assume here that his ground game is not very good. And Covington here, you know what this guy does to people who don't have good ground games, a good take on the fence. You know, he takes them down pretty much. So Covington here, guys. Last time I picked against him, I went for the underdog, and this time, even though I like going for underdogs, I just really think Covington here is just too good with his wrestling and should be able to get this fight down to the ground. And yeah, just work that ground and pound, and overall just win the fight, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick Covington here to win the fight, and of course I got him winning by either by decision or maybe a late, you know, submission finish. I don't think Griffin's been finished in any of his fights by submission or knockout. So you know what, Covington here doesn't have a huge finishing you know, record, so I'm gonna go ahead and pick Covington to win by decision. So that's my pick there, guys. Alright, moving on here to the featured fight of the Fight Pass prelims. We got Magny against Larkin. Larkin still not ranked top 15, but you know he should be getting there, especially if he wins this fight. So let's go ahead and open up their pages here. So loading it up. Here's Magny's page. So his record 18-5, great work ethic, and extremely coachable. I guess that's kind of a weird summary. Anyways, 29 years old, 6'3". Obviously, this guy's tall for the weight class, and has a shit ton of reach, 80-inch reach. So this guy's just overall, you know, big for the weight class, but he's not like a bulky guy. He's just, you know, has that long frame. He's on a 3-5 win streak. His last loss was to Damian Maia, who's a beast. Okay. Fucking tired. Alright, so his last fight was against Hector Lombard, and he ended up winning by a 3rd round knockout. Actually, I want to say that I thought that was 2nd round knockout. Anyways, it's 3rd round knockout, and yeah, Magny here, guys, pretty much survived the early onslaught from Lombard, where Lombard just has that full power, you know, in that 1st round, lands those heavy shots, you know, pretty much is very explosive in the beginning of the fight, and obviously starts to fade afterwards. So Magny was able to survive here because obviously Lombard ran out of gas. Magny ended up, you know, finishing the fight on the ground, had Lombard on the ground, and just beat him up on the ground pretty much, from what I remember. So that's how that last fight went. Now we look at Larkin here. His record 17-5. Summary is agility, creativity, power, and finishing ability. This guy's a great striker, 5'11", 72-inch reach, 29 years old. His last win and last fight was against Larkin. He won that fight by split decision, and you know, of course, I picked Larkin to win that fight. One of my favorite fighters. So is Masvidal though. I really like both those guys. Anyways, Larkin was able to win the fight by split decision. And yeah, that's how that fight went. So you got Magny here, who's kind of like obviously he's a one-round fighter, but he's kind of like a grappler, you know, on the feet. He throws a lot of jabs, you know, and volume and stuff, but you know, he doesn't have crazy power on the feet or anything like that. Mostly likes to take people down, beat them up on the ground. From what I've seen, you know, land elbows from the bottom. Larkin here, this guy's an explosive striker. Good leg kicks, good power in his punches. He's very fast also. Lands good combinations. You know, like I said, overall this guy's a really good striker. And also, takedown defense is improving a lot. The last guys he's fought really have not been, you know, wrestlers though. I mean, Masvidal, great grappler. He was able to get 1 takedown on him. Let's go ahead and just check how much takedown attempts there were in that fight. I don't even remember how much takedown attempts there were. So, let's go ahead and check it out. Here we go. So Masvidal only attempted 2 takedowns in that fight. He was able to get 1 of them. Yeah, so Masvidal doesn't really like taking people down. Anyways, so not a lot of people have been able to take him down, as you can see, since the Derek Brunson fight. Obviously, that guy's a huge 185er. Now Larkin's here at 170. Brunson was able to beat him with the wrestling, pretty much, it looks like. But yeah, overall, this guy has some really solid takedown defense. And I really do think here that Larkin keep this fight on the feet. Magny and his fight against Lombard obviously shows that this guy can be hurt. Against Calvin Gastelum, you know, he got hurt by him. So, you know, he could be hurt here, you know. Like, you know, Magny doesn't have a super granite chin or anything like that. His chin seems to be alright. But, you know, this guy can get hurt. Gastelum here is not at the same level of striking as Larkin is. Doesn't also have the same power as Larkin. So, if Gastelum could hurt him, you know, Larkin could also obviously do the same here. Now, the way I could see Magny winning this fight is obviously by using his takedown game here. But if he can't get Larkin down, you know, and if it stays on the feet, it's gonna be, I think, Larkin all day here, guys. And that's what I think is gonna happen. I think Larkin's gonna use his takedown defense because he knows people want to take him down to keep this fight on the feet, and overall just work his striking game here, guys. Now Magny seems to be like a tough guy, seems to be very durable, doesn't get finished a lot. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick Lawrence Larkin here, guys, and I think it's gonna be a decision win, or it could be a late finish, but I'm just gonna go ahead and play it safe here and say Larkin wins by decision with his striking. Alright, guys, so that's gonna be it for my picks. To recap here, I'm picking Marvin Vettori to win by second round submission, Covington to win by decision, and Lawrence Larkin to win by decision. Alright, guys, so that's it for my picks here for the Fight Pass prelims. Stay tuned. I'll be doing the videos on the FS1 prelims and the main card fights real soon. So, you know, just stay tuned. I'll be releasing those videos, you know, tomorrow or Saturday or something like that, or Friday night or early Saturday. Alright, guys, so that's gonna be it. And yeah, thanks for watching, and catch you guys on the next video.